have to ask you about cryptocurrencies and how you see them impacting your business moving forward, because we're talking about opportunities. When you think about this, the adoption of cryptocurrencies and also NFTs, what does that mean in your view over the coming years for StanChart?
All the markets having to do with digital assets are going to have an extraordinary development over time, well beyond specific cryptocurrencies. And I think that that is an area where financial institutions need to be present. We are present there. We have recently agreed to start a partnership for a custody venture for crypto assets. And this is something where more and more players are going to be present. You may have seen announcements in recent weeks about big international banks going into this field. So this is here to stay. The important thing, I believe, is that we need to make sure that crypto provides the opportunity that comes from innovation with the risk and controls which are needed in order to prevent it from being a problem in terms of financial stability, in terms of a threat to monetary stability, and also in terms of a threat in terms of financial crime, insofar as some cryptocurrencies may be opaque or are opaque, and therefore can be a vehicle for the work of financial criminals and for transactions that should not be allowed in the financial system. But I think it's much better to have a crypto digital asset sector which is regulated and which combines innovation and good regulation, than having it be the Wild West where we're going to have all sort of problems and will continue to be the playground of criminals.
Yeah, and just to follow on to that in terms of that regulation, where should that really start in your view? Because there have been many calls in recent days from those in the United States for a much stronger regulatory environment for crypto and digital currencies generally.
I think that's an area where you need really international coordination. As we know, the internet is without barriers, and the world of crypto and digital assets also is without barriers. So you really need to have an international approach to regulation, which is consistent across countries, because otherwise it's going to be a nightmare. And you have to define the set of standards which are appropriate. That's an area where regulators have already started working on, like, for example, through the Bank for International Settlements and Basel and some of the committees there. But there is a lot of work to be done. And we're seeing a number of jurisdictions which are already starting to grant some licenses, and where the business is starting to take place. And a lot of it is now taking place on a completely free manner because it's unregulated, but we need to bring in good, sound regulation to make sure that business is safe and can contribute to economic prosperity. So I think the opportunities are there. We just need to have the right regulatory approach to make it work properly.